matchup between the Jacksonville Jaguars and the Houston Texans. With fall around the corner, football is back, America, and we're underway on EA Sports. And now the Jags defense deciding to call a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter.
No, check, Patriot! Now let's go! 319! 319!
They'll run it now out of the gun. And not a whole lot doing there as he'll get it up to about the 28-yard line. In on the tackle, Kamoko Toure.
What's the old expression, 3 yards in a cloud of dust? In this case, it's dust-covered pellets. It's no longer that old grass that we used to play on, right, and chew it up. Now we've got that artificial surface. You see the pellets go up. Still a nice play by the defense.
Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28.
Detroit! Gun!
Looking to throw. Dancing to it. And right away, he lost the football.
On plays like this, when the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back. Because this is a quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
A tough spot here on their opening drive. This is 3rd and 7.
Detroit! Gun!
They'll drop the throw. And the pressure gets to him again. You never want to give up a sack. From the O-line's perspective, they hate it for several reasons, especially because they felt like they let little brother down back there in the pocket.
Oh, no doubt. They have a ton of pride, and they go into every job wanting to keep that guy clean. They want that uniform with no grass stains, no dirt, nothing on it. But it's really, really difficult. You're talking about some terrific athletes who are trying to put him on the ground.
Now let's go! Blue 90!
They'll run for the first time with Devontae Freeman. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. It'll be a gain of 10 to start the drive out, and by a few inches, that'll be a first down. Well, one unit I know you want to watch is that offensive line. If they keep clearing holes like that, it could be a long night defensively.
No doubt about it, because when they are in sync, as we're seeing so far, where that continuity is there, and you can see that they're playing off of each other while controlling the defensive front linebackers, you're exactly right. It could be a very...
Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 25, and his guys will take over at the 25-yard line. How about the big boys snagging one? You don't see that every week.
No, you don't, but a lot of them are just reliving their old dreams, going back to when they were in youth football and in high school. They didn't always play defensive line. Some of them actually handled the football, and you can see the flashback when he grabbed that one.
And now out comes Houston. They were forced to punt last time, and I doubt sincerely that they'll have to punt here because they're gifted with terrific field position.
I don't even want to think about the idea that they would end up punting starting with this type of field position. Neither do they. Great.
That is caught. Hopkins for the Texans touchdown. DeAndre Hopkins, 25 yards for the touchdown. And the Texans have taken the early lead. Extra point splits the uprights, and it's now a 7-0 game. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Jags offense now gets set and heads back onto the field. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here.
Over! All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56. Gone!
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. Escaping the pressure right. And he'll toss this one incomplete. Seeing no options, he throws it away.
What's the old adage? Be quick, but don't hurry. Well, that went right out the window there. He was hurried, harassed. That ball had to be gotten rid of. Otherwise, he was going to get sacked.
Line of scrimmage, again the 25, 2nd and 10. On 2nd down, Freeman. And a nice move will yield nothing as he's stopped behind the line. It'll be a loss of a full 3 yards there, and it also brings up 3rd down.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stuffed that one behind the line of scrimmage.
It's caught. Jones. And they'll get it all the way up about 5 yards shy of midfield. And they're able to convert on 3rd with a solid gain of 23. Now a handoff. It's Freeman. And he'll be brought down at the 45-yard line. That one good for 10 yards. And that'll make it 2nd and a foot or so.
Partner, I remember a coaching friend of mine used to tell his running backs before games, make sure you run and jog with your offensive line in pregame. Get used to the ground shaking when those big behemoths start to create space for you up front. He did a pretty good job of just following those guys through there for a nice explosive run.
Handoff, Devontae Freeman. And he'll get it down here to the 43. 2 yards on the pickup there, but it's enough to give him a new set of downs.
2nd and inches is oftentimes an invitation for an offense coordinator to take a big shot downfield because he feels like he can come back on 3rd down and pick up the 1st down. But sometimes you just don't want to break tendency. Stay with what you are, stay with who you know, and go get the 1st down. That's exactly what they did.
Now on 1st down, he'll drop to throw it. And he's going to be sacked. They sack him back right at the midfield stripe. Derek Rivers. Leading the surge there, he drops him for a loss of 6. Protection certainly going to need to be a bit better here on 2nd and 16. They run, Devontae Freeman. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. It'll be a loss of 1, and they're going to be staring at a 3rd and long here. They'll look to throw. Steps away to his left. Hard throw, incomplete.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on 3rd down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. 3rd down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
Now the Texans offense, they head back out to do battle here. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline. Because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
And they'll go on the ground. And he'll get him a little space here up to the 5-yard line. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on 1st down.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there. J.J. Watt makes another tackle there, and it's for a minimal gain. And let's face it, if that's all you're going to get running the ball, you're not got much success against him and his team.
Or, yeah, you better find a way to go around J.J. Watt, which isn't easy to do.
It's really not, because you got to try everything. Can you go around him? Can you go by him? Can you influence him to get him out of position so maybe you can wall him off? He's a really sharp, intelligent player as well as a physical specimen.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56. Now, let's go. Green, 39. Green, 39. Detroit. Detroit. Over. Hot.
They'll look to throw here. And he's got the completion to Hopkins. And this will get them all the way inside of Jacksonville's 10. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
As we continue to advance in the NFL, as people continue to scout players, they really don't care as much about body types as they care about those guys who can make people miss, run through tackles, and gain all that additional run after catch. Anybody who has that ability, they want them on their team.
So that's about as long a non-scoring play as you're going to see from inside their own 10 to 1st and goal. Looking for a crease, can't find one. Stopped at the line of scrimmage. They'll say no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd and goal.
Well, it's been the air game that's taken them down on this drive before they finally turned around and handed it off on the last play.
And now they're looking for the big boys to get him in the end zone. Couldn't do it there.
It'll be interesting to see. Offensive lines had to pass block a lot on this drive. Will they be able to revert and fire out and create some space in the run game?
Give him right around 4 on the carry. We'll see if they want to keep pounding here on 3rd and goal.
And Brad, they went to a nickel defense, and that's a surprise this close to the goal line, because ordinarily you use the back end of the end zone, the sidelines as extra defenders, and you want bigger people on the field to try and help against the run.
And he was able to shed the tackle, but the reserves come in for the stop. 4 yards, that gets him close to the goal line, but it also brings up a 4th and goal.
Watch him now, Barney!
They'll give it to him right up the gut. And this will depend on the mark. I'm not sure he pushed the line forward. And indeed, he did not. They stop him. And defensively, they were ready for that, a full-on blitz on 4th down, and they stop him short of the marker.
Oh, and someone's got to feel really good about that, and that's the defensive coordinator. He dialed up a great run blitz defense, and they hit it just right. Stack that thing up. They're going to feel awesome going to the bench after that big play.
The 4th down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on 1st down. Back to throw now in his own end zone. And this is going to be caught. He won the fight for the football. A good pickup there, 26 yards. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10.
Detroit! Detroit!
They'll look to throw here on 1st down. And that is incomplete.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that 1st down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
Second and 10 now from the 27. Now he'll look to throw here on 2nd and 10. Looking deep for Julio. And they went for a big play through the air on 2nd down. Couldn't connect. Now it's 3rd.
This defense has been very disruptive early on as they force another one to go awry.
Seems to be the front and the back end. Pass rush, they've been able to get home, and they're taking the ball away in coverage as well.
I love how you put it together. The front and back working in sync, only way to play good defense.
Back to throw here. The open man is Shark. It's complete. 1st down, Jacksonville. The passing game looking sharp on this drive for the Jags. He's such a good route runner. Shows it there on 3rd down. Very proficient and a good pass.
And you know what I've observed over the years in the NFL? The better a route runner you are, the more confidence your guy's going to have in you to go to you in important times because he can trust you being in the right spot, and they connected there and picked up a 1st down.
He'll drop to throw. Over the middle, hauled in by Shark. And he's going to get this down to the 35-yard line. A really nice gain of 25 yards. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. He'll look to throw. Under pressure, and the Texans able to get in there for the sack. Jadeveon Clowney in there to make the sack. He buries him for a loss of 10. And the job becomes twice as difficult now after the sack. It's 2nd and 20. from the shotgun. He'll look to throw. Eluding the pressure right. And Austin Safarian-Jenkins has it. A good pickup there, a 22. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. 2 minutes remain here in the first half. We're back to Houston after this timeout. Fournette, a first down carry. And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down.
That's a really alert defense there because they saw the heavy look come in from the offense, countered it with extra linebackers who brought a little bit of speed and heft, and able to really make a big-time play for their defense.
5 yards on the carry there, and it leaves them with 3rd and about 6 yards to go.
Lucky 56. Gone.
They'll set up to throw. Got his man. It's caught. Touchdown, Jaguars. Austin Safarian-Jenkins. His first touchdown as a Jacksonville Jaguar. And the Jaguars are within an extra point of tying this one up. Point after by Lambeau, up and good. And that is going to tie our game as we approach halftime. So a tie ball game here as the kick's away. And the Texans set to come onto the field. And last time, they had it 4th and goal, rolled the dice, didn't get it. Now they've got to put that behind them, try to put together another drive.
Hey, a simple tip of the cap, a nod of the head to the defense. Congratulations, you got us last time. But you didn't hold us the whole time. We got down to position. We were able to be in position to score. Let's go ahead and attack again. Continue to have that kind of confidence. Not worry about the one play that didn't allow them to get into the end zone.
And this time they'll be trying to get it into the end zone. We'll see what they do. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10.
Lucky 56.
On 1st down, he'll drop to throw. Hopkins on the grab over the middle. And he'll go down right around the 47 this time. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the 1st down completion. Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch. Good for 8 yards.
Lucky 56.
Now they'll throw here out of the gun. Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. And he'll be brought down at the 45-yard line. Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense, as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half.
Lucky 56. All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
They'll look to throw now on 1st down. And now he'll tuck it and run. 15 yards, the Texans pick up the 1st down. 1st down now, but that clock rolling.
Partner, as a quarterback, sometimes you just got to know when the clock has gone off in your head, it's time to go. Tuck it and get all you can.
Back to throw now on 1st down. Throwing the out route incomplete. That's Hopkins. And now before this first down play, we're going to get a timeout here, as the clock will stop with 18 seconds to go in the first half.
Lucky 56. Gone.
From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. The ball popped in the air and intercepted. Picked off down near the 5. And his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the first half. "14 seconds, all that's left of this first half as they come up on first down. They'll start out on the ground. It's Leonard Fournette. And he'll go down for a loss inside his own 5 at the 4. And now a timeout defensively after that first down play. So they're going to make this offense sweat out half number 1. Back to the ground, this time to Freeman. And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. So we have reached halftime here in the Thursday night opener as we send you on over to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman in our EA Sports Halftime Report. Take it away, Coach. We'll see if Week 1 fatigue becomes any kind of a factor as we are back underway in the second half. That's fielded in the end zone. And he will be brought down here at about the 17-yard line. Out come the Jaguars now as they'll go on offense first here in this third quarter. They have a chance to break our tie here as we get a look at the first drive of quarter 3.
And it's such a tone setter, isn't it? Because both sides trying to seize momentum to begin the half. What do they have dialed up that'll give them an advantage to move the ball downfield?
Let's find out what they have dialed up. And he'll take this up only to about his 18-yard line. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
Tough first half for him, unable to put up the numbers he's used to producing. But with a guy like him, you and I both know it just takes a couple of explosive touches for him to make an impact on this game and on the stat sheet as well.
Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up 3rd down. So, Charles, tie game here. What are your keys as we continue to play this second half?
I know people think it's always trite when you say the same things over and over, but they're tried and true in the game of football. Who's going to block better? Who's going to tackle better? In this case, to me, it's turnovers. You've got to take care of the football in order to win the game.
So the failure to connect on 2nd down, that leaves them staring up here at a 3rd and 8. They'll set up a throw. Sharp's got it left side. And he'll be corralled well upfield right around the 40-yard line. They convert on 3rd with a gain of 22.
I don't care how many times we say it. I still get a kick out of watching quarterbacks and receivers do the pass tree in pregame warm-up. But I always remember that when we go to practices, We see that after practices as well. They really tune it up, don't they?
They tune it up. They know why they do it for these situations. First down.
And they build that trust, and that's why they're able to find him in this type of a situation.
7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3.
Running lanes were at a premium in the first half, but he's able to find some room there, and he's hoping that that's a precursor of a big second half.
All right, here we go. 319! 319!
Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. Buying time to his left. And, oh, he took that in one-handed. What a grab. 12 yards there as they keep this drive rolling. It's another first down.
That was a terrific catch. I mean, to go up there and get it one-handed like that, but I almost want to go into that riff about back in my day, the gloves weren't quite like this.
When did gloves really become prevalent, just in general?
I think in the 80s. I think as we started to move through the 80s, especially as we got towards the latter part of that. But a lot of those were really like baseball batting gloves to begin with not much of a tacky area on the glove. In fact, there was none. I actually remember in cold weather games wearing the old scuba gloves that you'd wear in diving, but they would split too easily in the course of a game. Then the glove manufacturers got smart and started adding to it, and here we are today.
And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. And defensive back Jamal Adams in on the stop. Again, they'll run with Freeman. And he's got some space here. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. The Jags picking up the first down there, a gain of 12.
But they're getting ready to go to work now in prime real estate after that last run. Found his spot and picked up nice yardage, didn't he?
And now he's got him knocking on the door of the red zone. On the heels of that good carry by Devontae Freeman, here's 1st and 10.
Hurry up, here we go. Blue 90. Blue 90.
This is Freeman on 1st and 10. And not much. Maybe a yard down to the 23.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
They're going to look to throw. Flushed out right. And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete.
We've seen good cover skills on display throughout this game, really from both teams. And there's another nice example there of them making it difficult to complete a pass.
The Jaguars on 3rd down. They've been near perfect, 4 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 9.
Now let's go. 319. 319. Pass.
Back to throw. And he finds Safarian Jenkins. 12 yards there as they keep this drive rolling. It's another first down.
Like so many tight ends nowadays, they have no problem at all putting him in the slot and letting him go to work, and that's a nice pitch and catch right there for a first down.
This quarterback now 5 straight completions here in this second half. 1st and 10.
All right, now look at this.
Here's a give to Fournette. And he'll get this one down to about the 10-yard line.
I know the scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker. And what that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
All right, here we go. 319.
drop to throw. And too much on that one. It's out of the back of the end zone, incomplete.
You got to be precise with your throws, especially in this situation. You're inside the 10-yard line going into the end zone. But sometimes the emotion, the excitement, sometimes the decisions just aren't made very well because of that.
A field goal would get them the lead, but that's not what they're shooting for as they come up on third down.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
On third down, he'll drop to throw. And this is going to be incomplete.
That's a good job there creating the contact to force the incompletion. And now, since it's fourth down, that should set up a field goal situation.
And a nice sigh of relief defensively to be able to hold them to 3. And Lambeau will put this one through. And they take the lead here now at 10-7. So they get the field goal, but that was a 14-play drive to get 3.
You sound like you're going negative on me, partner.
I was.
It sounds like you're thinking the 3 is just not that good.
And people say that we're negative sometimes. So.
Well, here's the deal. Getting the 3 is good. Obviously, you would think on a 14-play drive you're going to get 6 out of it. But that type of a drive can pay dividends later on because you might wear the defense down.
So here's the Texans offense now. They get set to start this third quarter. They trail offense, first time to touch the ball in quarter 3, and we'll see what they can do.
And I can't wait to see what they have planned because some teams script to start a half. Other teams just go, okay, these are the sequence of plays we want to run. These things worked well for us. And sometimes they throw in that big chunk play right away.
Shocker.
Trying.
And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Dante Fowler in there to sack him for a loss of 6.
I know there would be a little bit of criticism there because they went right back to the air after the huge pickup and ended up getting sacked. That's often a play that you make. You feel like you've got momentum on your side.
Unfortunately, the O-line failed to hold up to try to keep that momentum going. A second down pass play there, but it's incomplete. The pressure really ratcheting up. They get the sack on first down, then a near sack. They got to him there just as it was leaving his hand.
Yeah, they might need to change their pass protection scheme a little bit. Maybe bring another guy into the backfield to help protect the quarterback because that was awfully close.
The Texans on third down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 16.
Watch it now, Barney. All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56. Detroit.
They just do get the playoff as he'll look to throw. And I think that one might have been intercepted, but he will be ruled out of bounds. So this will go only as incomplete.
Well, we're into the second half now, and this is an offense that continues to struggle to sustain a drive.
Looks like they're just totally out of sync, whether they're running the ball, passing the ball like we saw there. I don't know. The rhythm seems off. He gets this one away, and boy, it's another boomer. And out now comes Jacksonville as they get ready to go. And they had 3 points last time, but they didn't want 3 points because they were well within range of scoring a touchdown. We'll see if they can do better now.
I'm with you on that one. Let's just go ahead and be frank about the whole thing. The only one happy about the 3-point
kicker.
Exactly. He put it through the post. That's going to help him in the contract time. But that offense, they're thinking, let's get in the end zone this time.
I don't know if that helped him in contract time. You could have kicked that one through.
I don't know about that.
Toe bash.
I don't know about that.
Toe
Super toe.
They'll look to throw. Being chased out left. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Jadeveon Clowney in there to drop him for his second sack now here tonight.
Brandon, if I'm an offensive coordinator and I see an all-out rush like that, I file it away because I'm going to use their aggressiveness against them as this game goes on. I'm going to hit them with a screen soon.
All right, here we go. 3-19. 3-19. All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And he fires one, but incomplete.
We've seen these defenses make enough opportunistic plays to keep this one low scoring. Flying around, making plays on the ball, and we see yet another errant throw as a result.
Anger is on to punt, and he gets this one away. Back now in Houston. It's been a very hotly contested game to this point. Just a field goal separating these two teams as we get set for the 4th quarter.
Detroit! Watch him now, Barney!
They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Throwing the out route incomplete. That's Hopkins. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Give him 13 yards on the opening play of the drive and also give him a first down.
Detroit! Hey. Four down. Gun!
Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it. Flush to his right. And he's going to get this down to the 35-yard line. 23 yards on the tuck and run.
All right, partner, I'm a defender, but I've got to express my admiration there. Moving around, making it happen, and instead of worrying about protecting himself, he goes and gets the first down. I've got to give it to him on that one.
Normally, you don't want your guy taking shots, your quarterback, but it's winning time here in the 4th quarter if he needs to make those plays when the legs go ahead. Right?
Yeah, no doubt about it. At this stage of the game, all protections, they're off.
15 more there, and they're on a roll. It's another first down. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
Gun!
They go play action here on first down. Over the middle to Smith. And he'll take it down here just shy of the 15 at the 16-yard line. So that throw good for 4. It's second down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
4 yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6. Now back to throw. Trying to force it to Hopkins, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 14.
Well, I don't think we'll have to look very hard to find our play of the game. That was an absolutely monstrous big play right there. Backs to the wall. The offense has it in the red zone, driving for the winning score, and he says, not on my watch. And that is one happy bunch on the sidelines.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56. All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56. Gun!
Now a play fake here on first down. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked off at the 38. And he's able to get it back to right around the 27. A critical error there in a tight game in the fourth.
All you talk about is taking care of the football, and especially with a lead here in the fourth quarter, turning it over, now the door is open for the opposition.
Just in general, when you're passing in the fourth quarter with a lead, no matter at what point, you got to be super careful.
Got to be careful, and sometimes you can be so careful that you end up running yourself into an error.
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. He'll get 3 yards on the scramble there. It's second down.
Looked at me like they adopted what my kindergarten teacher always said. If at first you don't succeed, try again. And finally, able to hold him in check. He'd been carving him up running the ball.
That's the first time I think I've seen where the coverage was good downfield and they accounted for him and stopped him for a short pickup.
Yeah, I don't think it was a big adjustment, but much more emphasis on making sure they knew where he was when he decided to take off and go.
Under 4 to go now as the clock runs and they come up on second down. On play action, they'll throw. Escaping the pressure right. Pass incomplete. A pretty good coverage there, and both of these defenses, they've had good coverage throughout this one.
No doubt about it, and in today's NFL, where we're used to a bit more scoring, this feels almost like a well-pitched game in baseball on both sides where the tension continues to build. Who's going to make the big play?
One of the bigger plays in the game thus far, and the crowd getting into it as we come up on a big third down. Looking to throw. Forced out to his left. He may try and run for this. A good decision in the end to pull it and run, get some 9 yards and a first.
We just saw a nice example of why teams often bring in baseball guys to teach quarterbacks how to slide in key situations. You want to protect your franchise guy. Make sure he doesn't get hurt. He did exactly that on that play. A perfect slide to avoid the big hit and pick up a first down.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56. Detroit! Detroit!
And on the ground they go with a running back. And it's been like this all night long. Nowhere to run as they stop him behind the line. He'll wind up losing a yard on the play, and that'll bring up a 2nd and 11. And they'll try the ground game here with the running back. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. Now after the play, it looks like there's a Texan here slow to get up. Hate to see this. Week 1 of the season. We'll be back. One of the bigger plays in the game thus far. The crowd getting into it as we come up on a big third down.
Gone, gone! Gone, gone!
They'll look to throw here. And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete. We have not seen a whole lot of wide-open receivers. Everything seemingly has been contested.
And that's another nice job there to force an incompletion. They've been very cohesive, knowing each other's moves all game long, and they've been on the spot just about every time.
And they've held them in check on the scoreboard. I tell you, the life of a kicker. He has not been called on the entire game. He's over there by the net, but they send him out here in the fourth quarter and say, hey, go tie the game, will you? And guess what? He comes through.
I just don't know how they do it. I really don't. These cats are a different breed from you and me. That's a pressure kick, but that one was never in doubt.
And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Jaguars offense now heads back onto the field. And last time, one play interception. So this offense, they should be fresh.
That's a good way of putting it. And I can't wait to see what they decide to do with play calling. Because a one-play drive where you throw an interception, a lot of people think the very next time out, run the football, don't give them a chance.
Maybe play action?
I think maybe you go play action, show your quarterback, you get a little confidence in him, and let him fling another one.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. So they took a shot on first down, but couldn't connect.
One of the toughest things about playing defensive back is pattern reading, trying to figure out what they're doing. And on that one, they had the fly, just sending the guy downfield with the in route accompanying it, what people call a dagger route, trying to hit the guy underneath after the clear out. In this case, though, they're not able to get it done.
Yeah, they said forget the underneath route. They went for the guy on the fly, but as you said, incomplete. Just a 1-yard pickup on the play, and that'll bring up a third down. Time for a break. We'll come back and see how it all shakes out after this. One of the bigger plays in the game thus far, and the crowd getting into it as we come up on a big third down. They'll set up to throw. And this is going to be intercepted. He's picked off at his own 46. And they'll set up shop in enemy territory at the 45-yard line. So how about that for a momentum switch?
We're in the fourth quarter, and it's a tie game. You've got to take care of the football here. Now their opportunity to take the lead right out the window, and everything is flipped in the other direction.
Try and start this drive in the air. Hopkins on the grab over the middle. And he'll be brought down, it looks like right at the 40. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up second down.
That completion helps out in a nice way. Now they can take a little bit more time, but guess what? They've got to make sure on their throws that they see it open, not just anticipate it.
2nd and 5 after the 5-yard completion on first down.
Detroit! Watch it now, Barney!
Now they'll run it on the toss. And little room to maneuver there. He gets it down to about the 39. The Jaguars going to go ahead and use their first timeout as they get the stoppage with just over a minute to go in the game. The Texans on third down. They've converted just 2 for 6 thus far.
Detroit!
This is 3rd and 4.
All right, here we go. 3-19. 3-19.
He'll look to throw. And that is incomplete. Oh, Patrick Peterson, the shutdown corner, was there on the coverage. He has had a great game defensively. He's been east-west, north-south, everywhere.
Yeah, and I love how you described that, because to be a great defender, you have to be able to move up and back, sideline to sideline, and he's been fantastic. Reminds me of a young Charles Davis when he was playing Madden.
Absolutely. Oh, wow. I thought you were going to go on the field, but okay, I see you. Tie game, fourth quarter, and they're going for this thing on fourth down.
All right, here we go. 3-19. 3-19. Detroit! 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 Hot! Hot! Hot!
He'll drop to throw. Dancing to his left. And he's going to have his running back. It's complete. Oh, and now he bowls him over. And they do get him down, but not before he's able to slip it inside the 5-yard line. Wow, first and goal, and defensively, all they can do is shake their heads. Not only did they allow the conversion, but a big play as well. A game-winning field goal would be a chip shot from here. Let's see how they play it on first and goal. Here's a carry now for Keith Marshall. And he gets into the end zone. Touchdown, Houston. Keith Marshall with time running out. And the Texans have broken the tie.
Well, any thoughts about overtime have ended at this juncture. That touchdown puts them up 6. I would imagine they'll kick the extra point now and rely on their defense.
Yeah, rely on their defense. So a little bit of time left on the clock here in the fourth, but they got to feel good now. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. Oh, able to avoid him. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line. And out now comes Jacksonville as they get ready to go. Critical condition here, obviously. Got to hope to get something quick right and then maybe take that shot deep.
And once they do take the big shot, you've got to worry on defense. Of course, no one getting behind the defense and make it an easy throw. But nowadays, it's not just the ball being tipped in the air and people in the end zone in a cluster. It's that guy that's short in the end zone who comes up and ends up making the play because he goes unguarded. So there's a lot to think about if you're playing defense in this situation.
We'll see if they can cover all their bases. That one goes for 24 yards. That's what they need right now. Get the first down, get out of bounds, stop the clock.
Just playing smart football, understanding the situation, making the plays necessary, and making sure that clock stops at every opportunity.
One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. He'll look to throw. Eluding the pressure right. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete. This secondary as a unit, they've worked really well together in this one, especially late.
A lot of cohesiveness, a lot of communication, and some great athleticism. They're playing so well now, a nickname is sure to follow. They're going to have to name this whole unit soon.
Back to throw. He's going to let it fly. And that is incomplete. 2 seconds left on the clock. One final shot now. I'm not even sure he can get it to the end zone, though, from this distance.
That's going to take as much arm as he has, and you actually have to plan for the contingency. Maybe you're playing a tip. Try and get someone down who can tip it up and keep it for your own team and try and get to the end zone that way.
Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
Detroit! Detroit!
One final shot. They'll look to throw. Over the middle, hauled in by Sharp. And he'll be brought down just shy of midfield at the 49-yard line. Well, my friend, for the players, it's good for them to get that first game under their belts. For you and I, that first Thursday night game, also good for us to get that under our belts, wasn't it?
It was no longer preseason. We were into the regular season, the first game of the year. And, you know, all eyes were watching this one. Everyone was excited that football was back.
And it's just special. You could just feel it. It's so good to have the pigskin back out there. It'll be crisp fall weather before we know it.
You got that right, but I love the build-up to it, right? All day long anticipating it, and then we got here and we saw a game, the first game of the year. Let's keep going.
So for the Texans, they begin the new campaign with a victory here in front of the home crowd in the Thursday opener. And now they'll have a few extra days here before they face Indianapolis next week. Meanwhile, for the Jaguars, they obviously fall to 0-1 with the defeat. And they will get a home date next week against the Los Angeles Chargers. So for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Next game, guess what? Charles and I will be here again. It's the NFL on EA Sports.